everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a hot minute and I apologize, but we're back. So today we are going to be doing a Chipotle mukbang, and then I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you had for me that you submitted on my Instagram story. So thanks for submitting those. Before we start, I guess I should tell you my Chipotle order. I always get white rice, either chicken or steak. I went with chicken today. I get pinto beans, corn salsa, mild salsa, sometimes the green salsa. I got that today. And then lettuce, sour cream, cheese, and anything else. That's what I always get. And then I always get chips and guacamole because it's my favorite. And I also always ask for a tortilla on the side. I always shake it up. I'm also having a watermelon lemonade sparkling water from Trader Joe's. I love that sound. It's good. Okay, let's get rolling with the first question. I have my laptop right here so I can see the questions that you submitted. What do you ask for at the salon, color/cut? So I got my hair done 2 days ago, but I asked for a balayage and it took 2 rounds for me to get here. So this is the second round. The first round, since my hair is so dark, it was more of like a caramel color for the first one. And then the second round, which was on Friday, I wanted to have like an ash balayage, so have more of that ash look rather than the more warm blonde look. And I'm happy with it. I think it came out super cute. And then in terms of cut, I just ask them, because my hair tends to go like this, so I always ask them to just make like soft layers at the bottom. And I also always have them cut my bangs and thin out my bangs because my bangs are super thick, and so they're able to like thin them out so it looks more, just looks cuter. But that's what I ask for when I go to the salon, and I'm very happy with it. Next question. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? I would definitely, like, if I could go back 5 years from now, I would just tell myself to chill out, because I think I worried so much when I was younger about getting into college and finding a job and making friends and all these different things. And I didn't need to, because it all worked out, you know? It didn't help me to worry, right? Like, it would have just helped me to just take a deep breath and to just go on with life and like see where life takes me. And I wish I could have told my younger self that. This is so tasty. Okay, I pulled out the chips and guac, but the next question is, how did you start living for you and not other people's standards? Honestly, when it finally hit me that this is my life and I get one go at this life, and I don't know, I have one life, so why am I going to live it to please other people? That's when I really started living for myself and living for my life, because I realized I have this one life, right? Okay, so the next couple questions are gonna kind of go all together. I'll have my incredible video editor, Rachel, put them like here or wherever. One says, when was the last date you went on? The answer to that is February. I haven't been on a date in a hot minute. I want to go on dates, but just hasn't happened, right? I'm on dating apps and stuff, so if you see me, say hey. Somebody said dating, 2 question marks. Another person said, what is a turn off for you? And somebody said, give me dating tips. How do I get hyped up for a first date? How do you get excited before meeting someone new? So let's try and just dive into all of these in the best way I can. Let's start with my biggest turnoff. The biggest turnoff for me personally, honestly, is when people are rude to people who are like working while you're out. Like, let's say you go out to dinner and somebody's rude to the waiter or rude to the waitress, or let's say you're buying something from an apparel store and the person is rude to the customer service person. Biggest turnoff. Like, it just, I think how other people treat people that they don't know says a lot about them. And if they don't treat them very kindly or like with respect, it really bothers me. So that is definitely my biggest turnoff, like hands down. Next question, somebody asked, why don't your what eaten a days come up on my feed anymore? The honest answer to that is my life has been really crazy lately. Just, I moved, and then also learning my balance of working my 9 to 5 and also learning everything else. It's been harder for me to film content As you can see, I've been gone from YouTube for like months, and it's the same thing with my What Eat in a Days. I've been struggling with motivation to film them a little bit. I don't know, but I really want to start filming them again because I know that they help a lot of people, but I just need to like get myself to do it, if that makes sense. So that's the honest answer. For breakfast this morning, I am encouraging myself to have 2 pieces of avocado toast and some strawberries, and then an iced coffee with milk and sweet cream. Cheers! The other reason why I haven't posted as many of my What Eat in a Days, I don't think this is like a shocker, but people are very judgmental online sometimes, and being in recovery, there's been times where I have had to take a step back from posting my What Eat in a Days just because people comment on what I eat so much, and which I get, like I'm posting what I eat, but people love to give their comments and their opinions, and when you're in recovery, sometimes that can be hard. I've kind of needed to also take a step back to make sure I was doing okay and that my recovery was doing okay so that I could continue to help others. So, okay, so next question, somebody asked, how are you liking living alone, and will you do more apartment tours as you get settled? I am loving living alone. I've loved every chapter of my life that I've been able to experience of living with friends all throughout college and living with friends post-grad, and then now I moved into my own place. It's been so fun every single chapter. Like I was talking about earlier, my schedule is kind of crazy, honestly, and I definitely have been a little stressed lately just because it's hard to balance everything, but I feel so grateful for all of the opportunities I've been given, so it's kind of hard to, I don't know, sometimes I feel guilty that I feel stressed because of how amazing all the opportunities that I'm given, and just being able to connect with you all is so incredible, but I'm also having to like take care of myself, you know? I don't know if you can tell this from my content, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but 2 things about me is, number 1, I'm an introvert, I really am. I charge my batteries by being by myself. I love hanging out with people, but I need my alone time, and I need my time to charge my batteries, and also like, I love spending time with myself. That's why I'm always like, am I ever gonna find somebody dating wise? Because I have so much fun just by myself. Like when I go to run errands, when I go to Target, or I just have the greatest time ever. I feel like I don't need somebody else, but I know that maybe if I meet the right person, it would be different. But number 1, I'm an introvert. And then number 2, I'm very, very independent. I just have been that way for a very long time. And I really value and enjoy my independence. So those 2, that combination of being introverted and being very, very independent, I think is why I like living by myself so much, because it's really great for me, you know, and everyone's different. Like for some people, like living alone might not be the best option for you, and like that's totally okay, but just do whatever's best for you, you know? I'm really liking it, and it's been so fun. Yes, I will be totally filming apartment tours and everything and showing you my decorations, because that has been so much fun to explore that and learn like what's even my taste, what do I even like in terms of furniture, all that stuff. Super fun. Okay, also I'm so sorry, I realized I did not answer all of the dating questions. No, I am not dating anyone right now. I'm on dating apps, but again, just haven't found anybody. I really want to like socially date a lot of people. Like I want to go on dates, I mean, I'd be happy to date somebody, but I'm 23. I really want to have that experience of going on a bunch of dates and just meeting new people and stuff, but I don't know. Dating apps are weird. If you're on dating apps, you know what I'm talking about. But hopefully I'll go on some more dates soon. And then how do you get hyped for a first date? I just remember like, how awesome is this opportunity that I get to meet this brand new person? And I also think taking the stress away of dating, of going on a date, is super important. Like I always remind myself before I go on a date, when I'm going on this date, this person doesn't need to be like my person. Like I don't need to leave this date being like, it's the one, that person is the one, like they're the one, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go on a date and meet a new friend. You can go on a date and have it not go so well, like have no connection. You can go on a date and just like meet a new cool human. You can go on a date and like meet somebody that you want to pursue for a few dates. You know what I'm saying? Like dating does not have to be like, I need to date to meet my person, you know? You can just date to have a good time and meet fun new people. Oh, and meeting someone new for the first time. my number one tip, people love to talk about themselves. So if you're nervous before a date or just meeting somebody new in general, just ask them questions about themselves. Be like, hey, how's it going? Tell me about this, tell me about that. Ask about like, what are they passionate about? Or like, if you know what they're passionate about, ask them about that. Like if somebody loves to mountain bike, be like, what's your favorite trail to go mountain biking on? Just ask them questions about themselves, because everybody loves to talk about themselves to some extent, right? So that's my 2 tips. Okay, so the next question, I want to start with a trigger warning. It's regarding eating disorder recovery. How to cope with weight gain in recovery. The biggest thing that helped me when I gained weight in recovery was to always remind myself, because diet culture always tells us that that's bad, right? Diet culture teaches us that gaining weight is bad. What I had to remind myself throughout recovery is that my body is healing. Like my body needs to gain this weight so that it can heal. And when you change that like switch in your head of I'm healing my body, then it helps cope with the weight gain, because you're reminding yourself that you're doing this so that you can get healthy again and so that you can start enjoying your life. And yeah, so I always remind myself of that, of my body is healing. Chipotle did a very good job. Okay, next question is a really great question. Somebody asked, how do you start working out intuitively after binging? I really recommend to find an exercise that brings you joy and that you have fun moving your body while doing it. And for me, that's going on walks or going for runs. For some reason, just getting outside and going for a walk or going for a run, breathing in that fresh air, it makes me feel alive, and it's my favorite form of exercise, like hands down. And so when I wanted to start building a healthy relationship with exercise, I started with something that I loved and that I knew would bring me joy, not like feel like I have to do it type thing. It's still a work in progress for me. Every day I'm working to build my relationship with my body and exercise into a healthier state, and just take it day by day and continue doing it. With binging, I think that for me, what really helped me overcome binging is intuitive eating, is just listening to my body and listening to what I wanted and really honoring that. That really helped me a lot. Okay, I opened up my tortilla, but the next question is, when will you be recording another podcast? Very soon, in the next few days. Hopefully it will go up by the end of this week. That's another thing that I have just been trying to balance, is there's a lot of just moving parts right now, and I'm trying to balance all those things, but balance is key, hey. Yeah, so I want to definitely record another podcast episode this week and hopefully have it out within the week. So the tortilla bowl combo is so good. Also, I think I'm gonna make my next podcast episode about like bikini season and feeling confident in a bikini and all that stuff. I think a lot of people could resonate with it. Okay, so the last 2 questions, I think I'm gonna answer them together because I think that they will kind of blend together a little bit or have similar answers. So the first one is, how are you really doing? I love you so much. I love you so much more. The second one is, what has been your biggest lesson since you've taken off on TikTok? Number 1, I'm doing good. I feel so incredibly thankful for everything that I've been given in this life and just where I'm at and everything that I'm able to experience. I will say I'm trying to learn how to deal with stress and how to balance everything, and that's kind of how I'm tying in the second question, is what's the biggest lesson you've learned since taking off on TikTok? And it has been really embracing the term balance is key in every aspect of my life. Obviously, I have my 9 to 5, and then I do my YouTube channel and podcasting and TikTok and my Instagram and all these things, and I always put this pressure on myself to constantly be coming up with content and ideas, and I need to be more active on my Instagram story, and I need to come up with an inspirational Instagram post that I need to do, or a really great TikTok video, and I put all of this massive pressure on myself when I don't need to do that. And also just learning balance with, okay, it's okay if I don't post a TikTok today, or balancing all of this and my friends and my family and my self-care and being like, it's okay if I don't do anything today and I just take care of myself. That has been the biggest lesson and challenge for me, honestly, throughout all of this, is this huge learning curve of figuring out how to balance everything. And I think I'm doing good, but there's always progress to be made, right? Like, you can always be doing better. So that's the number one thing. Also, another thing I've learned from being on TikTok and just life in general is you cannot control somebody's perception of you. Kind of going back to that other question of how do you start living for yourself? When it finally hits you that no matter what you do, you cannot affect how somebody else views you or sees you. It was just like, I'm just gonna live for me and I'm just gonna do me. Yeah, how am I really doing? I'm doing really good. I'm so excited about my apartment. It is so cute and it's going so well. I definitely am just trying to manage my life and my schedule, and I think that we're gonna keep doing good. I haven't been really sleeping great the past few months, and I'm working with this incredible company to hopefully help me figure out, do some lab tests to figure out what's going on. And when I had my medical consultation, one of the things that the medical professional brought up was, he was like, your body is super stressed. What is your schedule like? And I told him, because I work until 8 or 9 o'clock at night usually, because I get off of my job at 4:30 or 5, and then I have to come home and answer business emails and do contracts and film content and all this stuff. So I'm working until 7 or 8 every night, or 9 sometimes. And he's like, oh yeah, your body is super stressed. That's why you're not sleeping. And so I'm trying to learn how to be better for myself, because I need to treat my body with respect and set some boundaries for myself. So I'm doing good, but there's always progress to be made. I think that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below video ideas you wanna see from me. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed Chipotle, if you're having a good day, comment anything, whatever speaks to your heart, right? But I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I promise I'm gonna be back on my grind and we're gonna be doing fun things. So cheers to you, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. One more chips and guac, why not? Bye.